Alright, we're ready to roll for game 2 of the snack block. SecksWrecks, floor is yours.
Alright, so that was Pringles. And now that you've enjoyed Pringles, it's time for some Cheetos. This is Chester Cheetah's Wild Wild Quest, the second of the Chester Cheetah series of video games for the SNES and Genesis. We'll be playing the Genesis version. I'll explain that once the run gets going, which will happen in 3, 2, 1, go. So, we're starting off in Eureka, California. Gonna bounce off that surfer dude and grab the bag of Cheetos, which acts as kind of like a Phoenix down. So if this is a one-hit KO game, and if you take a hit, Chester will down that entire bag of Cheetos in one gulp and revive himself. So, you know, you gotta pick up the safety Cheetos. So that second item I grabbed is a piece of the map to Hip City, because Chester is actually a fraud and doesn't know his own way to get to Hip City. So he needs this map in order to get there. And his nemesis, Mean Eugene, stole it from him and ripped it into shreds and spread it across the United States. So that's what we're collecting here. And that woman was enjoying her day at the beach, and Chester just couldn't have that, so he jumped on her head a few times. The lore has lots of holes in it. It's like one of those paw print Cheetos. So, yeah. So, as I was saying, we're playing on the Genesis version, and actually there's a few months in between the releases of the Genesis and SNES versions of both games. And, you know, being a Chester Cheetah video game aficionado, I of course own all four. And you can actually tell that they are basically in active development between the release of the first one and the second one each time. Because the first ones are bad. So the Genesis one came out first for both times, and in Chester Cheetah's Too Cool to Fool, it's pretty rough. And they fixed a lot of problems with it in the SNES version, and that's why the SNES version of that one's good. But in this game, the problems with it is that a lot of the bosses don't have what are known as invincibility frames, which make them really easy to beat in the Genesis version, which saves a whole heap of time. And there's this whole bonus stage that's added to the SNES version that just, you know, who wants to waste time collecting Cheetos when you can speedrun? So, we moved on through, what was that, Not So Great Falls, on to Loston. I believe we're in Massachusetts here. It's been a while since geography class. Took a hit, so I'm going to pick up some more safety Cheetos. Chester can, of course, breathe underwater, as everyone learned in their biology classes back in high school. I'm going to do a little super jump there. Bounce off fish. Listen to some really good blues music. And we're at the goal. No, there aren't any levels longer than about 40 seconds, and that's why I play this game. So you really don't want to be playing it for very long at all. We're coming up against, I almost got a bunch of lives there. But we're coming up to this robotic shark thing that I just took a hit to because I'm bad at video games. Let's try this again. Yeah, he doesn't really leave the screen. So in the SNES version, when he's leaving the screen, he's invincible, so you have to wait for each cycle, but in this one you can just kind of do what I was trying to do the whole time. Oh yeah, and Chester has this flutter jump thing. I guess he's Yoshi. I don't really get it. It plays the same sound effect as when you swim, so it's like an air swim. I don't really understand what's going on in this video game. I'm not even sure that the one person who has a name in the credits, Mark Springer, does either. I'm not sure if he's the only one who worked on it, or he's the only one who actually wanted to have their name attached to it. You know, it's just one of those things. Oh, I got tongued. This is why we practice video games. Come on. Lives? Nope. No bonus. So this boss is kind of a jerk. Ah, hit me with the shell. So, the ones that come up on either side of the screen are actually like different versions of the bosses. So there's 6 heads, and you have to hit each one at least once before it'll ever die. And I think it's 8 hits is when it finally dies at like the minimum. It's very strange. But we're through that, and we're on to Little Shock. Missed the Cheetos. Gotta have your safety Cheetos. Everyone knows Chester hates robots, so you know they're out to kill him. Oh no. Oh yeah, that's right. It's on the SNES version, the bottom of that water is just lightning that kills you. It's real great to miss that platform. No bonus. This boss has a really serious mustache, and I just really want everyone to appreciate that. That's about all there is to it. He has invincibility frames. Of all the bosses, it'd be really nice to just be able to bounce on his head 4 times or whatever. But alas.
We have some concern for the Pringles man. With our most recent donation, $10 from Anonymous with a comment, "How does this headless man survive? Is the power of Pringles keeping him alive?"
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. He needs to pop, and you see, if he stops popping, he will die. Thus the phrase, once you pop, you can't stop. That's where it comes from, in case you didn't know. So these cows have pitchforks. That's just how things work in Omaha, Nebraska. And they decided to stab Chester, because cows with pitchforks don't like cheetahs. Again, all stuff I learned in basic biology class. Boss can be really annoying without a bag of safety Cheetos, but I think I'll do all right. Ah. So there's a lot of slowdown, and it eats a lot of inputs. It gives you a lot of chances to make excuses for playing bad. And so what I would have wanted to do is let him go off the left side of the screen and come back, because he always dies backwards. So you want to kill him just as he's entering the screen off the left side, and then his death animation is a lot faster. But, you know, getting through the fight was enough. Yeah, there's supposed to be another one of those monkeys on a skateboard there, right after I grabbed the bag of Cheetos, but he didn't show up for some reason. The game likes to despawn enemies, or not spawn them, or sometimes things just don't show up. And then they just put the map, like, right at the end of the level there. I think they forgot to put it in, and they were just like, oh shit, where did we put it? Oh shoot. Donate to the swear jar. So this fight's really great. So remember what I was saying about invincibility frames? Yeah, they really should exist for that fight because that's about all there is to it. When I ran this game at SGDQ, I dropped the controller and it flipped over and landed on the start button and paused the game. Beautiful. More Cheetos. Walrus with what it looks like a toothbrush. I don't really know what he's holding. Oh no. So that was a boss fight. We didn't really put up much of a fight. Mean Eugene just throws up that white flag at the earliest opportunity. So we're on to the last normal level, Quaker's Field, back in California. Let's get those safety Cheetos. Stupid dog thing. And there's one last dog that jumps from there, wait for him to fall, and that's the level. Please, lives. Nope, no bonus. Robot didn't mess with me. So that leaves just the final boss fight left, which is a race to the death with me and Eugene. And I really mean to the death because the game won't finish until you kill him. There's no finish line on this drag race track. It's just, you gotta kill him. Everyone loves a good blood sport. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's time.
13:52.
All right. It's not so bad. Yeah. Well, I think if you add the two estimates together, both of it was like under. It's just wait till my minute run and I really blow everything out.
All right, thank you very much, SecksWrecks. We're about to move on to our final game in the snack block. Good old Pepsi Man. Be coming up with that next. Run by Melon. One moment while we get that set up. My apologies. Flying Marlin. Oh, I had something else on the brain. My apologies.